Do you want super triceps? Well, you've come to the right place, because today we're going to be going over 5 of our favorite tricep exercises of all time, building size, strength, and giving you that superhero physique. Let's get started. First on our list is going to be the close grip press, and this is going to be a compound exercise, meaning multiple joints are going to be recruited through the duration of this exercise. Think about it a little bit like it's the exercise equivalent of the Avengers or the Justice League. There's multiple joints being involved, and they're all coming together to kick ass. More specifically, it's out to kick your ass. You're kind of like the close grip press's equivalent of Thanos, except hopefully without that weird testicle chin thing. It's kind of gross. What it works. Changing the angle of the press and focusing on the lockout, this compound exercise relies on the triceps for the majority of the movement. The pectoralis major and anterior delts will also be activated to help with the pressing motion. How to perform. Lie in the supine position on the bench. Grasp the bar shoulder width or narrower. Retract your scapula and tighten your core. Unrack the barbell and slowly lower it. Once you touch the bar to your body, press the bar upwards to the top position and lock out, squeezing your triceps. Note, keep your elbows tight to your body through the duration of the exercise. What to avoid? Flaring elbows? Grip too wide. Next on the list, a nominee for greatest exercise name of all time is the Skullcrusher. With a name like that, you just gotta include it in any list. And thankfully, it is an excellent exercise, probably our favorite tricep exercise of all time, and that's why we put it on this list. What it works. Like the barbell curls for the biceps, the Skullcrusher for the triceps is the best in the business. Maximizing triceps activation through elbow extension, this exercise will isolate the triceps for optimal development. How to perform. Grab a bar and lie supine on a bench. Extend your arms so the weight is located above your shoulders. Flex your elbows and lower the bar down to your forehead. Extend in your elbows to lift the bar back to the top position. Note, a slight flare in your elbows is okay, but be cautious not to let your elbows rotate too far, turning the exercise into a pressing motion. What to avoid? Pressing the weight. Literally crushing your skull. Tricep extensions. What it works. An isolation exercise working an elbow extension, this will help pinpoint your triceps, specifically your lateral heads, and eliminate help from other muscle groups. How to perform. Utilizing a cable machine with a bar or rope connection, start in a standing position with feet placed at hip width. Flex in the elbows and grab the bar. Extend your elbows until your upper and lower arms are straight. Return back to the top position. Note, at the bottom fully extended position, squeeze your triceps. Do not let your elbows flare out too far, as this will allow your chest to help with the motion and decrease the isolation in your triceps. What to avoid? Pressing the weight. Momentum. Not fully extending. Single arm French press. What it works. Another isolation exercise working an elbow extension with a key difference. Changing the angle to overhead to focus on the stretch. Changing the angle will bring more focus into the long head of the triceps. How to perform. In a standing or seated position, take one dumbbell and place it behind your head. With your elbow pointed up towards the ceiling, extend the elbow to bring the weight above your head. Note, don't let your elbow drop down, as this will allow your shoulder to start to take over, putting less emphasis on your triceps. What to avoid? Pressing the weight. Bilateral dumbbell French press. What it works. Very similar to the single arm French press, but in this case you'll be utilizing both arms for a bilateral motion. Focusing on the stretch and elbow extension, the long head of the tricep will be targeted. The traps will be utilized for shoulder stabilization and slight shoulder elevation at the top position. How to perform. In a seated or standing position, grab a dumbbell with 2 hands and place it behind your head. Keeping your elbows facing toward the ceiling, extend your elbows to lift the weight upwards. Once you reach the top position, slowly let the weight back down to the stretch position. Focus more on the stretch and less on the top lockout position. All right, dudes and girls, there you go. 5 of our favorite tricep exercises of all time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what body group you'd like us to cover next. And until next time, stay buff.